What's up, Lego builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios for another week of building the second battle of Geonosis and Lego. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of progress to show, even though I took an entire week off. What happened was a bunch of my parts, really a lot of the parts I needed to kind of finish up the base area of the MOC, got stuck in the mail, and I just didn't get them in time, and so I just didn't have much to do. I do have some stuff to show you guys. I did get a lot of the cannon done. In fact, one of the cannons is pretty much completely finished, so I'll be able to show you guys that, which is exciting because now I can compare the two and then hurry and restore that other one. All that being said, if you guys are excited to get back to the Geonosis action, don't forget to execute Order 66 on that like button. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of my future MOCs or content. All that being said, it's time to get started. All right, building Geonosis is back. Finally got some parts in and I have some progress to show you guys. So starting off with a little mini haul, I've got some more plates in, 2x2s, 1x2, tiles, not plates, sorry. And then we've got some 1x1 plates right here. Those are going to be for over here, finishing off this last little section. I can go along the bottom of this wall right here and finish it all off. That way it planes into the bottom terrain here better, just because you can see right now in some sections it's just kind of flat right there. So I want it to end up more like this, just a little bit more detail and just a better transition from wall to floor. I also finally finished one of my anti-vehicle cannons. So last week on a live stream I worked on the barrel area and I basically redid everything. I put a new barrel on right here, I put new parts on, I built this little yellow housing section. I don't even know what this is, but it looked cool, and there was a similar design on a couple of other anti-vehicle cannon models, including the official Lego version. So I picked that up, and then I've got some random greebling and detail pieces on the back. I'm still thinking about making this barrel section a little bit shorter. Can't decide if I want to actually take the time to do that or not. And then I do have those yellow steps on there still. They're kind of growing on me. I think I might keep them just because I like the pop of color that it brings and it matches that little piece on the barrel. So now that this cannon is done, it is time to pull out that other bad boy and get that one all remodeled so that both of these will be ready for the finale. So what I'm going to do now is take those tiles that I just got and kind of work on this area some more. So I don't have a ton of pieces to put down right now, but I should have enough to at least finish off that area that isn't finished. I'm going to throw down another medium nougat piece over there. This is turning out to be a much flatter MOC than I initially anticipated, just because the parts, honestly. I got so used to building MOCs where I had tons and tons of parts at my disposal that Geonosis kind of threw me through a loop because, you know, I don't have very many orange pieces, so I had to constantly order in new parts, and I was constantly running out and stretching what I did have as thin as possible. So that will definitely affect the final look of the MOC, but I'm hoping after this MOC, my future Geonosis MOCs should continue to improve and get more detailed and just overall look better as I increase that parts supply, so I don't have to order in as many parts for each MOC. So here's what's going to happen next. I'm mostly done with the terrain. You can see I got that part mostly finished off, threw in another medium nougat patch. And so all that's left for here is to put the final touches on and finish the mountain. And that means I just need to finish up this cannon, then everything will be done. So I anticipate probably only one more update before the finale. So it'll be this week, next week, and then finale. So that means I'm really going to need to get started on this cannon. But I wanted to get these set up first to show you guys the difference between the two, just to show you how drastic this remodel was. So you can see I did kind of strip this one down for parts and stuff, but the body and the legs are still there, and just look how different this is. I think the two things that stand out to me the most between these two models are the coloration. This just looks professional. This looks like an actual, physical model that would exist somewhere. This one definitely does not. And then just the thickness of the build. This thing looks very meaty, very complete, whereas, these legs, even when they were complete, were kind of spindly and small. And then you had this squat turret up here, and then, the barrel and upper area was kind of strange looking. So I think mainly the big difference between these two is really just the legs. I think that's what it is for me now that I'm looking at it. What sets it apart is just how thick and complete these are. Because, if you're going to have any kind of walker or structure like that AT-AT up there, you're going to want big, huge legs. Because if you have these tiny, spindly little legs, it's going to throw off the whole look of the mock. That's my opinion. Some other people might think differently, but that's kind of how I see it. So I'm really glad with this new design. It looks much more complete and just much more professional. So what I'm going to do now is just start taking this one apart, and I'm just going to go at it and see how much I can get restored. All right, I've had a little change of plans. I've been pretty busy in my personal life outside of the channel, and so I did not get to working on this cannon this week. Wasn't really able to focus on it, but I did get the minifigures that are going to be in the mock setup, or at least most of them. So you can see here we've got 16 plain white animated clone troopers. We've got a couple of gunners, and then my 5 41st Elite Corps. And then up here in front, we've got Captain Rex, who's going to be leading them. Now, on to the Jedi. In this battle, there was Barriss Offee, Ahsoka, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Anakin, and Luminara Unduli. I'm obviously not going to include Ahsoka and Barriss just because, they were down under blowing up the droid factory. Which of these Jedi do you think I should include? I feel like I don't want to include all of them just because of the size of the mock, and I need to include the Geonosians as well. So I'm thinking probably include Anakin. So I'm trying to decide between Ki-Adi-Mundi and Luminara. So let me know down below in the comments which one you think I should go with. I think all of these should fill up the mock pretty well. I may add some more plain white clone troopers, just depending on how it looks. All that being said, that wraps up this week. Next week should be exciting because I'm going to be completely finishing the mock. That will be the final update. All that being said, it's time to hit the outro. Another week down, and I am that much closer to the finale. Like I was saying, I probably only have one more update after this. I don't see any reason to have more than that, honestly. The sooner I can get this mock, all finished, the better. That way I can just throw all my focus into Cato Nemoidia. I'm really interested to see what this mock looks like. It's changed so much over the course of the series, which, makes sense. That's bound to happen. But I feel like this one more so than some of my other mocks changed just because of parts, what I wanted to do, how the series was going, and just, what I had available to me. Don't forget to let me know what you guys thought about this episode down below in the comments, and I will catch you guys next time. But until then, happy building.